On June 14th of this year, there was a drowning incident at my home. My son was playing with my other son. I went inside to use the restroom. When I came out, I found he was missing. At the same time, my wife actually was pulling down the driveway from a photo shoot that she had been doing. At that time, I ran down to my barn to see if my son was down there. He was not. I looked down and saw a fishing pole on our dock. And at that time, I knew of what happened. I ran down to the dock. I looked in the water and could tell he was in there. I jumped in, pulled him out, and began CPR. A short time after, Washington County EMS units arrived on scene and continued performing ALS and CPR on my son. At that point, my son was transported to Frederick Airport, where he was loaded onto Trooper 3 and transported by the Maryland State Police to Children's National Hospital in Washington, D.C. I try to be a humble person, but I think early CPR is why my son's here today. Fortunately enough, I'm a paid fireman in a different jurisdiction in a different state, so I'm pretty well versed in CPR and the procedures associated with that. I believe that CPR is why he's here today. Not just my CPR interventions, but the people that arrived here from Washington County.
So my present unit on that day had just cleared another emergency. The call popped up on our screen. We responded for the drowning, possible cardiac arrest. Within a few minutes, we arrived on scene and were escorted to the back of the residence, which was the pond, and we found Fletcher outside on the ground, and his father was performing CPR and doing mouth-to-mouth. When we got up to him, he was still clinically in cardiac arrest. We were able to establish an airway and continue to perform those advanced life support measures. We got a sustainable heartbeat back, and his vital signs started to improve. With that being said, on that day, really all the stars aligned. You had my unit that was already on the street, ALS staffed with myself as a paramedic. We had an EMS supervisor that was coming from another location in South County. And we had a physician who happens to be my medical director here in Washington County that was close by that also came to assist.
You know, all the interventions between here and Children's National Medical Center contributed to his, great outcome. But without that early CPR that his father performed, I don't think any of us would be standing here today.
If you have a family member, you should know CPR. It's why my son's here today.